Today, we are going to be learning about the area and perimeter of a rectangle. All right, let's get rid of these words and get going. So, if you know the side lengths of a rectangle, for example, this rectangle could have a side length of 8 inches and 2 inches. The way you find the perimeter is by imagining an ant trying to walk around the outside. So if he walked from here to there, he would have walked 8 inches. And then coming around the corner, another 2. And as he comes around this side, he walks an additional 8, and then back up to where he began, he walks an additional 2. So now we can add all these numbers together and find our perimeter. 8 plus 2 is 10, and another 8 and another 2 is another 10 for a total of 20 inches. Now notice a few things. How many sides does the rectangle have? 4. And how many numbers do I have to make the perimeter? 4. So I have a number representing each side length. Let's see one more example, and I'll use different numbers this time. 10 and 4. So once again, imagine that ant walking down this side, this side, this side, and this side. Add them all up, and what do you get? I don't know. 0 plus 4 plus 0 plus 4 is 8. 1 plus 1 is 2, for a total of 28 centimeters. Now sometimes they don't label every side of the rectangle, such as the last two examples. So if I told you that this side was 6 centimeters, and that side is 2 centimeters, because of what we know about rectangles, we can infer that the opposite side from the 6 would also be 6, and the opposite side from the 2 can also be 2. Sometimes it helps me to write all 4 numbers in, so when I'm adding up, I see all 4 and I don't forget to add any of them. So that was perimeter. Now let's think about area. Area is the amount of space a shape takes up. Another way to think about it is the number of squares a space would cover. So if I extend my grid lines across my rectangle here, we can just count the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we would say that the area of this rectangle is 8 square units. Now if you notice some side lengths here, we have a side length of 2 and a side length of 4. And if you remember what we learned about multiplication, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you realize that we can multiply 2 times 4 to get 8. So we can use multiplication to find the area of a rectangle. Let's change this rectangle and try some different numbers. Alright, here we go. Let's count the side lengths. 1, 2, 3. Side length of 3. Let's count the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Side length of 6. I'll give you a moment to do some mental math and compute the area of this rectangle using multiplication. Alright, let's draw on our grid lines and make some sense of these numbers. I see 6 groups of 3. So I've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 6 times 3 is 18. And if they give you a grid, you can always double check by just counting the boxes. Pay attention to these numbers at the bottom as I count my boxes and see if you can notice a pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. If you notice that I said every one of these numbers along the bottom, you were correct. Make a connection between that and our skip counting. So to review, when we find the perimeter, we add the side lengths. A little clue to add is right inside the word perimeter. If you see the T, that looks like a plus sign, and that reminds you to add. So if we had 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4, and 2, and 4, we add those numbers together, 2 and 4, and 2 and 4, and we find 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 2 is 8, plus 4 is 12. We would find a perimeter of 12. And to find the area, you count the boxes on the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So finding the area, you can either count the boxes or use your multiplication. We can just see that there are 8 boxes inside, and here's the math. 8 square units is the area. So there's a quick introduction to perimeter and area.